Hello everybody, it's your boy Proftrof. We're back again with another Hood Nature video. This is 15 minutes of purely educational bird Slander feed Kevin and the baby. I don't know who those two are, but let's go.
10 reasons why this bird is a threat to my mental health. Number 1, they clap crocodiles for fun and they do not apologize for it. And like
what bird is this?
a true predator, they prefer to go after the minors. That's not even the craziest thing they eat, but we'll get back to that. Number 2, the Shoebill Stork puts its prey on a shirt by decapitating it, assaulting it with that blunt force beak until it divorces its head from its body. It's as bad as you think.
Oh.
Number 3, there are unconfirmed reports of the Shoebill Stork eating a baby lechwe. For reference, this is what a lechwe is. How in the 4, they're 5 feet tall with an 8-foot wingspan. That's longer than LeBron's. Number 5, the Shoebill Stork isn't even a
Australia? Australia, I assume.
stork. It's part of the Pelicaniform family, making this demonic animatronic related to pelicans. All of a sudden, this makes a lot of sense. It must be a family thing. And at 6 is the chicks, because Shoebill Stork chicks will actually try to take their siblings off the census, with the strongest one beating and bludgeoning the younger one.
Of
if
course,
the abused brother
why not?
doesn't die from getting his skull bashed in, he'll expire to starvation because his mother won't even acknowledge his existence. Number 7, this Pelican has a lifespan of 36 years, and that's just too
It's one of those only the strong survive type of things, huh?
long looking like that. Number 8, they don't make a lot of
36
noise, but
years.
when they do, a war veteran gets PTSD. Number 9, when they get too hot, they'll shit all over their legs repeatedly throughout the day just to stay cool. And reason number 10, they're best friends with hippos.
Yeah, I do that too, don't worry.
It's because when hippos go skinny dipping, they force fish to the surface, which a Shoebill Stork eats. But any bird that's buddy-buddy with a water bundy is no friend of mine.
Wait.
Edgy boy.
Okay, so I have one more thing about this thing that I think you should know. Can't explain why, but not only are they harmless to humans, they're actually friendly. This
What?
5-foot head-snatching roid pigeon is calm around humans and it'll even let you approach their nest without becoming aggressive, which actually makes them one
Their nest! It'll let you approach... What?
of the most popular birds for bird watchers in Africa. This is Sushi. Sushi looks like a hippogriff come to life, but he'll let anyone pet him as long as they bow to him first. If you don't, he'll fly to the other end of his enclosure. But if you bow, Sushi will accept your presence and allow you to pet him.
Wait, that's...
And even though they look like Jurassic rejects, Shoebill Storks will
It's kinda
bond with
awesome.
their human caretakers and will even walk over to them to greet them. Which actually says a lot because they're nearly endangered with about 5,000 of them left in the world because we insist on destroying their hood. So yeah, Shoebill Storks are not that bad. Now this is another story. Yeah, no intro, this bird. Not only can this demon with wings have a 12-foot wingspan, the Marabou Stork can be up to 5 feet
Marabou
tall, meaning they
Stork.
can look a good percentage of the
Why
population
is-
in the eye. And if one
Why does it look like one of those chaos units? It looks like the Chaos Lord from Warhammer.
does, you'll quickly find out they have no soul or goodwill behind those pupils. They eat
it
everything.
cast magic?
Like, literally everything. Technically, they're scavengers that eat the dead, which is why they're nicknamed the Undertaker. But best believe they'll snatch up anything that moves, including other birds, lizards, small mammals, and human children.
Bro, you're
Don't worry,
surrounded.
we will-
You... Mom! Dad! Can you imagine your mom and dad just letting some dude come and fuck you up?
Get back to that. They be
That's
doing
foul.
flamingos dirty. The reason they're bald is because they go neck deep inside rotting corpses. Also, this flying garbage disposal will feed on feces. That means poop. Their legs are white because they leak liquid ass all over them so that when it dries, it cools them off. But the Marabou Stork's favorite place to find food is in our garbage, which means 2 things. 1, this dumpster's Tweety actually likes being around humans. And 2, they are not afraid of us. And because Marabou Storks are highly aggressive and territorial, according to urban legend, there are some children that got put in a box because they got too close to them. Instead of delivering babies, this stork returns them. With a beak like that, I believe it. I'm a grown man, but if I ever walked into a bathroom and had a 5-foot testicle with wings looking back at me, I suddenly wouldn't need to use it. Also, that throat scrote is a gullet pouch, and it's used to make noise to help attract a mate so this Satan turkey can make more of itself. Moral of this video, the Marabou
Fat
Stork is
sack.
an Avengers level threat to my mental health, and a feathery antichrist whose vibe I will never
why-
fuck with. We need to
Why? What? Is this in Florida? What is this, bro?
talk about how disrespectful this bird is. This is a secretary bird, and they kill prey by kicking them in the head until they either tap out or
Oh, it's
flatline,
the
and
thing that
especially
kills
violent
snakes. Yeah.
They'll river dance on the snake's head until its skull caves in, and the secretary bird can kick with a force 5 times its own body.
And it can fly
That's
as
like
well.
the average man Ronaldoing someone with 900 pounds of force. Their kick is so powerful that they can actually shatter the bones in your hand. Also, they're like 4 feet tall. The secretary bird will stomp around vegetation and bushes just so they can skull snatch anything that tries to escape. They'll also purposely wait around bush fires so that if any small animal tries to run for its life, this bird will take it from it anyway by curb stomping them. And they can wig split their ops in 15 milliseconds, meaning in the time it takes for you to blink, they can strike multiple times. And like I said, they're 100% on site with snakes because they'll smash their heads in until they're either paralyzed or dead and then proceed to eat them. Also, this raptor can fly. Because of course they can.
Of course
and
they
they do
can.
all this while looking like a recently divorced velociraptor that got out of pocket with the child support. This is not a bird. It's Jurassic Park.
What you mean? It kind of look like a suit, a bird in a suit. It looks fucking majestic.
yoga pants with a thigh gap. Y'all could never. Next time someone
way.
tells you dinosaurs went extinct, just remember this African homicide chicken tap dances on the grapes of snakes.
Africa, okay,
and anyone else
Australia.
that's tested. Never wanted to make a video like this because I always try to be unproblematic and I stay away from the whole TikTok drama thing, but unfortunately this creator went too far. Because I was having a good day and then she sent me
the
this.
toucan.
I have not known peace ever since I've seen this, and I'm gonna make it your problem. That is a uropygeal gland. Most birds have it, and it's basically an oil dispenser. The same way you rub Vaseline on your chapped ass lips, the bird will rub the gland and then spread the oils on its feathers to maintain and waterproof them. And of course, there's this nonsense right here. Toucans have really thin, stretchy skin to the point where it's translucent when stretched out, and at some points you can even see muscles, tendons, and bones. I still hate it. And then there's the eyes. Toucans have an extra eye membrane that serves as an inner shield. Basically, it's foreskin for their eyeballs. And for those of you that think toucans are parrots, they're actually woodpeckers on steroids. I'm not even kidding. Toucans are part of the Ramphastidae family, and one of their closest relatives are woodpeckers. Which means this is accurate. And I don't know what this is, but I'm not going to be the one to explain it. And I'm not letting y'all forget what their tongues look like. And even though their tongues don't wrap around their brains like woodpeckers, knowing that it has that for a tongue still makes me itch. That tongue is basically to shove their victims back into their mouth. And another thing, yes, toucans do eat most
if you're into eating ass, at least it's probably quite good for
fruit, but they're not vegans. They'll also murk baby birds, bats, frogs, and honestly anything else that can fit down their throat. The greatest trick Fruit Loops ever pulled was convincing me that toucans were just innocent little hippie parrots. At least the babies are cute.
Welcome home, Tuki.
Nope.
I was hoping somebody would ask. So yeah, woodpecker tongues wrap
Bro, if I get that, I'm sending it back.
around their skulls and go out their
I'll
mouth
pay
with a
for
f***ed up fruit roll.
transportation.
But like every questionable thing in nature, there's a reason for this. A lot of woodpeckers eat mostly ants and larvae, and they use that bill to drill through the wood and that long elastigirl tongue to snatch them up. It's like chameleons, but with more feathers. Woodpeckers have been around for 25 million years, but since chameleons have been doing this for 60, it's clear who stole from who. And since the green woodpecker has one of the longest tongues for any bird, 10 centimeters for a 30 centimeter body, they have to wrap it around to the back of their head when they're not using it. Now this part isn't 100% confirmed, but a lot of scientists believe the tongue also cushions the brain to absorb the shock of them high-fiving trees with their head for a living.
Oh, that would be a
I'm
little.
glad you follow me. There's a dinosaur problem that not enough people are talking about. Ratites are a group of birds that in the game of life chose fight instead of flight. This group includes the biggest birds in the world like ostriches, emus, this blue bastard, and the kiwi. Yeah, I don't really know why he's here either. But most people don't realize there's a fifth member, and that's this South American ostrich, also known as the rhea. They're usually 4 feet tall, but the biggest ones can be nearly 6 feet. Rheas can run you down at 35 miles per hour and split your chest open with one claw kick. And they have a nasty habit of going for the eyes. And thanks to the generational trauma of foxes and coyotes, they are incredibly racist to dogs. In rhea society, it's actually the dad that stays and raises the chicks while the mother goes and gives it up to as many dudes as possible. Mans gets no child support because he is the child support. Hey, remember that
Cucks.
time ostrich took an L to an army of emus? Of course you do, because we'll never let Australia forget it. Well, rheas are officially the emus of England since there's about 1,000 of them. Also, 7 rheas escaped the farm in Germany and multiplied to 600. If Europe ever goes to war against this Latin roid turkey, I called it. Rheas can jump 6 feet in the air and they have claws that can disembowel a human, which is why it's Jurassic Park every time one escapes. Which is often. To be fair, they're not as dangerous as ostriches or cassowaries, and rheas would rather run away from their problems.
Thank God.
Like that. But the rhea can have a nasty temper, especially during breeding season. But hey, don't take my word for it. Just ask Kevin.
Kevin, hey, you want to say anything to Mamadou's TikTok? Sir?
Okay, let's talk about this. What do you do if this motherfucker walks up on you? I don't know. If you punch it in the face, what's the chance of it getting knocked out? Is it I don't know anymore. I assume its brain is in its head, right? Do they get knocked out? Are they like humans? What happens? Uppercut it. Uppercut it!
Kevin, hey, do you want to say anything to Mamadou's TikTok? Whoa, is that the baby?
Aliens exist. We just call them owls. Here's 10 reasons why they're way too weird to have come from Earth. Number 1, their ears are see-through and you can literally look at an owl's eyeball from its ear opening. I'd call them the windows to the soul, but you're gonna find out owls don't have one. Number 2, and let's just get this out of the way, this is what owls are hiding under those feathers. Sometimes I think science is too much about what we can know and not enough about what we should know. Number 3, you probably know that owls can imitate the Exorcist by turning their heads 270 degrees, but they only do it because technically owls don't have eyeballs. No, like deadass. Instead they have tubes that don't move, which is why they have to look possessed just to look behind them. Number 4, some owls like the great horned owl will catch prey and decapitate them by the time they get to their nest. You can't tell me that ain't some Invader Zim type shit.
It's cute though.
If you ever see a squirrel or rabbit that's literally lost its mind, you know exactly whose rap sheet to put it on. And they won't stop there. This owl snatched the hawk's headpiece for no reason at all. Number 5, owls are birds from the Sugarform order, and there's about 250 flavors of these flying psychopaths, and you can find them almost everywhere. You got the Eurasian eagle owl, snowy owl, the African Varroa owl, and the Australian masked owl. But by far the meanest one of all is a great horned owl. If you know, you know. Number 6, owls
I don't know.
by far the meanest one of all is a great horned owl. If you know,
I don't know. What am I supposed to know, brother? I don't know.
You know. Number 6,
What's he
owls
referencing?
have feathers that can absorb noise, and since God gave them night vision, they can snatch souls and lighten the senses without ever making a single sound.
Yep.
But
Don't
number
hear them
7, when
fly.
they do decide to speak up, they put someone in therapy.
That's awesome. Cute.
Number 8, they're racist to other birds. The very symbol of our country often gets bullied by owls, and they hate crows on a generational level. If a crow
fucked.
breeds, an owl will take it personally and put an end to it. Number 9, owls swallow their prey whole. No bevan, nothing.
Wait, what?
And then vomit the parts they can't eat like bones, teeth, and fur into this little pellet package. And for some reason, schools had children dissected. Like, what the was that even about? And to end on a wholesome note, baby owls sleep on their stomachs because these feathery Jimmy Neutrons have heads that are just too heavy. Google sleeping baby owls and then thank me for the free serotonin.
They also cannot fly when it's raining because their feathers don't have the water resistance of other birds.
Yeah,
Because
this
they're
is
silent
Photoshop.
when
That's
they
a Harpy
fly.
Eagle, and yes, you should be afraid of him. And there's 2 reasons why this is an
I thought it was
Avengers level
friendly.
threat to the jungle. Number 1, they have massive claws, and scientists have compared the talent strength of the Harpy Eagle to the jaws of a Rottweiler. And since the Harpy Eagle has claws bigger than that of a grizzly bear, they could barbershop grip a human head. And reason number 2, nature did something incredibly out of pocket with them. Because unlike most other eagles, Harpy Eagles have relatively short wings for their size, meaning they could
Okay.
bob and weave through the branches of the jungle.
Oh,
Which also
shit.
means this is the only eagle where hiding in the trees means nothing. You would still get worked, murked, and put on a shirt.
But it's
Because of this,
cute.
Harpy Eagles will make a victim out of monkeys, sloths, opossums, iguanas, and they'll even friendly fire other birds like macaws. This flying paralysis demon is found from Mexico to Central America all the way down South America to Argentina. But don't worry, its shadow clone
This is why I don't leave Bulgaria. Okay, we don't got harpy eagles. We don't got a raptor giant birds. We don't got shit here. Okay, we got boars. We got bears somewhere in the forest, like one of them. We got like 5 rabbits and shit. We got like 15 snakes that don't do shit. We got some fish. Hey, we got a fox or 2.
is a crowned eagle
What
and
more
can
do
be
you
found
want?
terrorizing southern Africa. I forgot to mention they can carry animals heavier than they are. Just know that
Yeah,
if
they
you ever hear
drop
this
shit
sound,
off.
your time has come.
Stuff, right? Hello.
And even
Hello?
though this hippogriff could probably hole punch a human head, there are no
Hippogriff.
reports of a harpy eagle ever killing or severely injuring a human. They're only really
Yet.
aggressive if you get too close to their nest.
You
But
know,
if you do that,
that is very surprising because we as a human race have developed this instinct where we're retarded sometimes, so we go and fuck with animals that we should not fuck with. So I'm surprised no one got their ass whooped by a harpy eagle.
clap for it. At that point, you just charge as a
Like, no
natural
one
selection and keep
shove
it
the
pushing.
finger up
In
its
fact,
ass.
because harpy eagles have zero
Just
fear of
test
humans,
it
it
out.
actually makes them an easy target for poachers.
Aw.
That, and by gentrifying the jungle and knocking it down, we've destroyed a good amount of their home. So really, they should be afraid of us. Moral of this video, you're looking at one of the most dangerous destructive species in the jungle, and next to it is an eagle. So there's 3 possible reasons why they do this. Number 1, it's how they yawn and stretch. And before someone says it, no, they don't pull their spine out of their mouth. That's actually the gullet pouch being stretched by the neck under it. Number 2, this is how pelicans cool off. Pelicans can't sweat and they don't have AC.
That's
Instead, they'll rip the skin
disgusting.
of their throat and pouch to cool off by evaporation, and this is called gullet fluttering. But in extreme cases, it's possible they do whatever the hell this is to expose the blood vessels in their throat to air, which helps them cool off. And reason number 3, pelicans are the brood of Lucifer, and this satanic ritual is how they pledge their allegiance. Honestly, it could be any of these reasons. But tag Hank Green anyway, because this is exactly the kind of nonsense you would know everything about for no reason. This animal proves that evolution is one spiteful bitch. Because ratites, right? They're a group of birds that decided they were
Ratites.
too good for flying, so they make it everyone else's problem.
Yup.
You got the African thunder goose, the Jurassic reject, the Australian kryptonite, and the kiwi. Yeah, the
kiwi.
kiwi's related to the biggest birds in the world while being the size of a chicken. That's basically having your entire family 6'4",
What does the
6'5",
kiwi
and
do?
6'6", but you came out looking like Tory Lanez. Like, you get up from the chair but stay the same height. But nature disrespect them, because even though the kiwi shrunk, the eggs they have to lay didn't. So even though they're 4 pounds, they still have to push out an egg that's almost as big as an ostrich's.
Ooh.
They give birth to an egg 20% of their size. And for the women, imagine being shrunk to 3 feet tall and still having to push out the same size baby.
Wow.
To the point where it stretches its ribcage and rearranges its organs. And yes, it's as bad as it sounds. Somehow, it gets worse. Since the bird named after a fruit pulls up to the same reunion as ostriches and emus, they can't fly. Basically, the kiwi is a bird that just can't bird, which means they get clapped by the entire census. They can only survive on islands where there are no cats, dogs, or anything else that can turn them into an 8-piece. And of course, they got screwed again when humans brought rats and cats to New Zealand in the same area code as them.
Wait.
Since kiwis are about as tough as a fruit
They lose to rats?
they're named after, they got stat padded disrespectfully.
Bruh.
All this while being related to a bird that literally won a war against people. Moral of this video, kiwis asked for wings and nature told them to golf and figure it out.
They did not figure it out. They did not do the right thing.
Jurassic Park's real, and so is this bird. That is an Andean condor, and it can have a wingspan of just under 11 feet. That is no cap, a shack and a half. And even though they look like a satanic testicle, they are 100% harmless. They're vultures on steroids that only eat the dead because they don't want smoke with the living. That wasn't a joke, they're a type of New World vulture, and there's two types, the Andean and California condor.
Never seen that.
And this aesthetically challenged turkey proves that love is blind, because this scrotum pigeon mates for life. To shoot his shot, the male condor turns his head red, puffs out his neck feathers, and approaches the female. If she lowers her head at him, it means bro won, and they'll stay together for close to, if not life.
It's kind of cute in a, I don't know, fire victim type of way. Like they both look like they've been in a fire, survived, and now they're stronger.
Love getting high. Condors vibe at 15,000 feet, and
Fair
since
enough.
they have huge wings, they can stay in the air for ridiculous amounts of time without flapping. One condor actually flew for 5 hours, covered over 100 miles, and didn't flap once. And when you live like that, you can live a long time.
What? They did not clap. What?
Which is why the California condor can live for up to 80 years, and also why
That's
people used to
insane.
think it was immortal. But they're not. California condors are critically endangered due to most of them getting clapped by poaching, lead poisoning, and habitat loss.
Bro, what's
So
up with
basically,
okay, why do you poach this? What do you poach this for?
us. God gave us thumbs, and everyone
I
else
don't
has to
wanna
pay
eat it.
for it. Fun fact, actually really sad fact, Johnny Cash nearly erased the entire condor census after causing a fire that almost wiped them all out. There's about 7,000 Andean condors, but only 500 Californians, and if I could trade them for every LA wannabe influencer, I would, and I don't apologize for it. But we have been helping this
I don't
bird
think
out
you
by
should.
raising their chicks. That's actually a puppet head feeding a baby so it doesn't get used to humans. They might be down bad now, but in 1987 there was only 27 of them left. Basically they got cancelled, but got their contract renewed, so this dinosaur just might be alright.
27.
Okay, so I have good news and bad
What
news.
the hell
The
is
good news
that?
is this bird is not venomous or poisonous.
Is
Bad
it
news
fake?
is with its attitude, it might as well be. Because the masked lapwing is normally shy during the summer and fall, but they turn into demons during breeding season. That's because the lapwing will nest anywhere, and anybody that walks near it will get vibe checked. That spur looks like a guaranteed hospital bill, but it isn't for two reasons. One, Australia has free healthcare unlike some places. And two, those spurs
Of course it's Australia. I look at some weird shit that is extra aggressive. Of course it's
are
Australia.
used for intimidation more than anything. Lapwings try to scare off intruders by flying directly at them, but they don't use those spurs in a fade, and they definitely don't inject venom with them. But if they did, I wouldn't be surprised because Australia.
Yeah.
But this mustard tweety is not innocent because they nest anywhere and everywhere. People often walk near the nest without realizing it, and that's when this bird chooses violence and swoops. And they believe in equality because they'll attack cats, dogs, and even jump ravens. They're less likely to attack humans, but attempts have been made. Sometimes they'll nest at airports and
Wait.
they'll refuse to move for anything including.
It's got nipples. Wait a goddamn. It's got nipples. Oh, you got nipples. You got nipples. Nice.
A plane, which can result in the plane getting a free paint job. But everything they do for their family, and they'll even fake a broken wing to distract you from their chicks. You can't be mad at that.
What is a fact or statistic that seems fake but is real?
So like falcons, right? Out of all the raptors like eagles, hawks, and owls, falcon claws are actually smaller and weaker than the others. So instead of grabbing their prey with their talons and murking them that way, falcons like the peregrine will start high up in the air and drop down. I swear this is gonna make sense soon enough. So they turn themselves into missiles that can max out at 240 miles per hour. That's
They
almost 9
stun lock 'em.
Usain Bolts. This falcon deratio will target its victim, but because its claws are weaker than the other raptors, instead they'll ball up their feet, basically making a fist and hitting their prey so hard it folds their spine. So yeah, Falcon Punch is a real ass thing, and it is devastating.
Quite the wind up though. Yep. I remember this on the Tier Zoo video. It's fucking wild. You didn't see it, but it happened. It just got punched in the face. Shuba. Bad Shuba. It gone. Shuba gone. Wait, why is YouTube? Why are you suggesting my own videos? It's okay. Alright, why? There's another one. What the hell, YouTube? Okay. Yeah, wow. That was 15 minutes of good nature. Quite happy. I'm quite happy. Okay? What y'all think? Anyway, if you want to see more good natures by a boy, playlist is up here. Quick thank you to the YouTube members, the Patreons. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate you all. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and most importantly, have a nice day, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.